everyone, the passionate piscator here in Exeter. This here is the River Exe, and apparently it's got a lot of pike in it. Now I bought some lure kit with me today, and I'm going to see if the River Exe still holds any pike, or to see if the Exeter Canal does. Perhaps tomorrow. I've got an evening and I've got a morning. Tomorrow it's meant to be pouring with rain, so I'm going to try the canal. Today, as it's sunny, we'll go on to the beautiful River Exe. Okay, so I'm a guest today of the Exeter and District Angling Association. I bought myself a day ticket from the tackle shop in Exeter itself. I've got a little book, and I've just been looking up to see where on earth I am, because I have absolutely no idea. It's beautiful, but it's nice to know. River Exe Shilly Hay, this section is called. So it gives me where I can fish to, where I can fish from, the top of the section, the bottom of the section, what fish are likely to catch here. Although it doesn't mention pike, I will notice. But you know, there's bound to be a few here. It goes down by the weir, which is right here, by the mill on X, which is right there. I've got to be in the right place. So I've bought some various lures today, not my entire set, because my entire set of lures is a huge amount. But I've got a nice little selection of various pike lures with curly tails and some other smaller ones. I've got some little newts in there, just in case I see them taking newts. I don't know why I would see that. And various other ones. These are my lovely orange ones, Angler's Paradise specials when I do the Angler's Paradise lure weekends, and some other very bright luminous things. I've got a whole ton of lures in my tackle box here, mostly small ones, so if I see any perch or chub maybe in the margins. I've already seen some chub on the way down. Got some nice curly tails. There's stuff literally everywhere. I mean, anyway, as I say, I've seen some chub on the way down the river to where I'm sat just now. So I'm going to put on, well, I have put on, this chub looking lure with a lovely big curly actually tail, and I'm going to pop it through this weir here, where the oxygenated water should bring the pike in to be a bit more active, hunting small fish or lurking in the shadows waiting for small fish to move by. And this small fish is going to move by, and I probably won't catch a pike, because that's just my luck when it comes to lure angling. You give me a load of bait to catch pike on, no worries at all. I've been lure fishing for absolutely years now. I do lure fishing competitions, and I'm still absolutely useless. But anyway, we will continue trying, because that is the only way in angling you're ever going to learn. I think it looks tasty. Let's see if we can get a pike. I'm going to move on from the weir. The main issue is the flow comes right away. The flow comes right away down this way, and it's actually really fast undertow, just along where I can actually cast a lure. All these overhanging trees make it difficult for me to get a lure out to the places where I think the pike are probably more likely to be, which is underneath those bushes and things over there. But it is absolutely beautiful here. I could sit here all day long and catch nothing. But the idea of lure fishing is to keep moving, so I'm going to keep moving along and catching nothing. Shouldn't be so defeatist really. There's every chance I could catch a decent pike or perch from here, so let's keep going. Keep positive and keep going. The more observant of you anglers out there will have noticed I'm not actually using a lure fishing or spinning rod. I'm actually using a barbel rod. Now there's two reasons for this. First reason, I don't actually have any of my spinning or lure fishing rods here in Bristol with me. Well, not here in Bristol because I'm in Exeter, but I live in Bristol now, so that's what I mean. They're all back at home where I used to live. So that's one of the reasons. Second reason is I find that the 12-foot barbel rod I have, it's 1 3/4 pound test curve. It's just that a little bit longer, about 12 foot, and I can poke underneath little nooks and crannies and trees, which is ideal for little close swims like these. I can get it right underneath the bushes and twitch it along the edges, and hopefully try to entice a bite. There are a few chub a bit further up which I spotted, well, a bit further down, I keep saying up and down, a bit further down the river, which I spotted on the way in to Exeter today. So I'm going to go and visit them and see if there's any predators following them around with this little sort of chub shaped lure. I have changed lure a few times, but I've moved back to this one, mostly because it's got that nice white flicker to it, and it does look a bit like a chub or a roach, which is what I've been seeing a lot of. If I was seeing a lot of perch in the water, because I can see them with these Polaroids. Incidentally, these Polaroids, they're plastic ones, and I bought them because I thought, well, you know, the company that make them, naming no names, they do good products normally, but plastic ones I was always a bit wary. You know, they do tend to crack sometimes, like, compared to the metal rimmed ones. But no, the company's a good company. I'm certain they won't crack ever. Yeah, absolute waste. 60 quid these cost me. Don't get me wrong, they work really well, but absolutely rubbish. Try and buy the metal ones in future. It's my own fault, really. It's my own fault. Do love a bit of urban angling. There is something to be said about the peace and quiet and tranquility of being out in nature, but being in a sort of city setting and around all the cars and people, yeah, it's really enjoyable. Just been fishing all the way along here, and a big group of teens have been going out, they've just left on their way off into town to have a bit of a party and a booze up, and they've been following me all the way along, chatting away and having a laugh. Yeah, it's good fun. It does make you laugh. They were like, got any fish yet, mate? No. Oh, mate, what are you trying to catch? This, that and the other. And, you know, despite the fact they're all having a laugh and messing around, they didn't seem genuinely interested in what I might actually catch. So, you know, perhaps I could educate a few of them, and they might end up doing a bit of fishing themselves one day rather than getting pissed up in Exeter city centre. Although, to be fair, there's a lot of fun to be said for having a piss up in Exeter city centre tonight, it seems like. I've reached the end of the fishable on my ticket section of the River Exe, which has gone right away through Exeter, and it's been absolutely lovely. So much wildlife there to see. It's been really, really nice. The next section on the ticket I can fish is the Exeter Canal, which is sort of down there somewhere. So I'm going to go and have a look at that and see what the conditions are like there. One thing I definitely can say about the River Exe, and seemingly, even though I'm just walking down the very beginning of it, the Exeter Canal is, it seems as though I may have brought the wrong rod. Lure fishing is not really working out. However, there are a lot of roach and chub and things in the water. I haven't seen any perch. I've been jigging a few smaller jigs for perch in between the pike, but let's have a peer over here. Oh, there's a lot of weed and cabbage, but in amongst those little holes I've been finding, it's just stuffed full of silverfish. There's some nice ones too, some nice sort of hand-sized roach. My landing net pole will not fit down here, so I guess I've got to move on. I can't be looking at a place I can't fish. But the canal is beautiful. I mean, it's the middle of summer, which is why the weed is up really high. But yeah, I felt certain if I had a nice float rod with some maggots, I'd be hauling in the silverfish all day long. In fact, I felt certain, but it was hard to see. There were some bigger fish in the river, a bit further up. I was watching. They could have been chub, but I think more likely they were just like a shoal of bream. Maybe 2 or 3 pound bream. A few bigger ones in between. There's a little spot here. It's actually just starting to rain now, so I don't know how much longer I'll be putting up with it today. As my waterproofs are back in the hotel where I'm staying. But what's this place look like? Yeah, I'll have a little flick around here and see what lurks. There we are. It's only a little jack pike, but what a lovely fish. Look at the colorations. Big hunter's eye, sharp teeth, beautiful camouflage, that powerful tail. What an absolutely wonderful fish. Took that lure straight down, right into his mouth, no worries at all. Excellent stuff. Finally got one, guys, after all that walking, finally got one. Beautiful. Might have another little flick round this little area. It looks like a nice little spot. It's a bit tight on the old tow path here, but yeah, lovely. Anyway, let's get this one back into the water as quick as I can. Whew, finally got one. That was a long time coming, wasn't it? It's weird because I tried a few different lures out to begin with, but I knew that I had the right one. I knew I had that one that looked like a chub, looked like a roach, as there were a lot of... My word! What's going on with the seagulls? I'll try and talk over them, shall I? Anyway, I knew I had the right one because as I was passing the lure through little groups of roach and well, possibly dace, bleak, I couldn't quite see, but there were definitely roach there. The roach were actually turning around and following my lure like a predator would almost. But it was probably because they recognised it as something that looked like them. That fish was going that way, and it looked like he was going that way with some sort of purpose. And so the other roach, a bit like sheep, just followed him along. So yeah, it was just a matter of time. I knew I was doing something right. Perhaps it was just the conditions today. Who knows, it started raining again now, so I don't know. Perhaps I ought to call it quits for the day and perhaps return another time, probably tomorrow, if this rain doesn't get any worse. I don't really like being out fishing in rain, even though I've been fishing out in the rain for quite a long time now along this canal. But yes, finally a nice little pike. I'm not entirely bad at lure fishing. More practice needed, clearly, but at least I'm not entirely bad. I've learnt something over the years. Turns out, guys, that around the corner was about a mile of this endangered species, the red and white Exeter anaconda. As you can see, it's sleeping at the moment, but it's incredibly dangerous to touch, which is why I haven't been able to get to the canal to fish for ages. Just hope at the end of this it doesn't end in a head. I'd rather it be the tail. It was the head! blackbird just shot through, chasing another one. Crazy. Anyway, it is the next day. I would like to say first thing in the morning, but it's really not. It's actually about 11 o'clock. I had a little bit of a night out in the town in Exeter last night in the end, with all my fishing gear on. Bit of an odd one, but no one seemed to mind. And I woke up a little bit late this morning for anything, and I'm absolutely shattered. I'm done. I'm going to have to go home on the train and just crash out. Anyway, walking down the beautiful River Exe right through Exeter was absolutely fantastic. Walking along the canal as well, where I caught that lovely pike, which was my main aim for coming down here, which I succeeded in, so I'm pretty proud of myself. I will be back. I will definitely be back, actually, because there was a lot of silverfish to be had here. I saw a lot of roach, nice roach look as well, chub and dace and all sorts of silverfish here, and I think the float fishing here could be really, really good. Just a quick pop to the tackle shop, get your ticket and off you go. So I'm going to do that. Also, I'll be coming down to see my daughter, who is in Exeter University, and perhaps dragging her out as well. Jess, you heard it here first. You might be coming out fishing with me when I come down and see you next. Pre-warning. Oh dear, poor you. Oh well. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I'm absolutely sweating. It's a roasting hot day today. And I'm only halfway to the railway station as it is. But thank you for joining me. Subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like. And I will see you again next time, perhaps in the lovely urban setting of Exeter, or perhaps by a nice little river, little stream, catching a few dace and roach, or perhaps on a lake catching some tench and carp. Who knows? I don't know. Do you know? There's one way to know, and that's to keep tuning in. Thank you very much. Bye!